Good morning, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Ashley Graham's in today for China Green.
And I'm Drew Carney. It is a Monday morning. We do have Michael Allen Harrison performing for us live in our studios, but we also have Rodney Hill performing a weather forecast for us.
Good morning. I've been watching the fog. We have another dense fog advisory up for the valley this morning, but temperatures are holding above freezing, and in many cases it's calm and 40, so really pretty comfortable. And right now, if you're at the state capitol, you've got good visibility. This has been kind of back and forth, and there's that comfy temperature 40, so freezing fog generally not a concern this morning, and that's a big deal. You see the low clouds over the West Hills, so good morning to you folks. You've got to drive down low before you get out of the fog, but on I-5 coming through town, visibility is great, and we're at 43 with no wind. Pretty comfortable. Temperatures held mainly steady overnight because the low cloud deck didn't break. Not a guarantee, but confidence is favorable. The Portland will be partly cloudy at noon and eventually clear out today and see a high up to about 48 degrees for a nice Monday. Here's Chris.
Rod, we pick it up with a traffic alert on the Boone Bridge between Charbonneau and Wilsonville. I-5 northbound, we've got a disabled vehicle near the Highway 551 on-ramp, and then it appears like we've got a crash on the northbound Boone Bridge. It's off in the distance, hard to see from this camera point because the road curves a little bit here, but obviously you can see the headlights here lined up. So northbound I-5, Charbonneau to Wilsonville, starting to bunch up a little bit. The rest of the freeway system will check out the Banfield. This is Interstate 84 out near the Hollywood district. There's your eastbound commute. That's rolling right along. A reminder, of course, that it did snow up in the Cascades over the weekend. And if you're heading over the passes, expect wintry weather and some snow on the roads this morning. Drew?
All right, thank you, Chris. We do have some breaking news to get to this hour. Portland police are investigating a stabbing in southeast Portland.
Our Thomas Schultz is at the scene now. Thomas, I understand you just talked with a Portland police officer.
Yeah, we did, guys, and just check a look at this scene here. We're right on Southeast Grand and Stark, and there's a heavy police presence all the way down Southeast Grand. Now, police told us that right now what they know is that there was a fight between two people leading up to a stabbing. They say that fight was mutual, and this police presence, as you can see, stretches all the way down from Southeast Grand all the way down this block to that intersection on Southeast Stark. There's probably a couple dozen, or excuse me, half dozen police vehicles here right now. Now, police say that both victims were taken to the hospital. It's unclear if what those injuries may be or if there is a fatality involved at all. That's information that we don't yet know, though police say they are going to be going to the hospital as we speak. They're expecting to send out more information in the coming minutes and hours here, as well as we continue to learn more about what's going on here on Southeast Stark and Grand with this stabbing. Now, police say, or as you can see, there's also no road closures behind us, so traffic is moving steadily. Guys.
All right, Thomas Schultz live for us this morning there in southeast Portland, and we're going to stay in southeast for this next story because a video game store was broken into there over the weekend. It's not the first time this business has had to deal with this, by the way. As KGW's Celine Stevens explains, this time the crime was caught on camera.
I guess it's disappointing when things like that happen, and it just is disheartening.
Early Saturday morning, security camera footage shows a thief breaking into Red Castle Games in southeast Portland.
Yeah, so we got to all the Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, and then that's when the audible alarm triggered. They quickly threw what they could in the bag and hustled out the front door.
It appears they broke in the front door, which the owner, Matthew Mitrotich, believes was done using a crowbar. The thief then heads straight to the glass display, which housed the Pokemon cards and other merchandise.
You can sort of see where our locking mechanism used to be, and he just pried the whole thing out. He damaged the glass here a bit and just went to town cleaning everything out.
The cost of what was stolen?
Probably it's only around $1,200, which is, compared to prior robberies last year, it's less impactful, though the glass and repairing the door, I mean, I'm sure it'll raise to several $1,000s.
He says the footage shows the thief was only in the store for a few minutes, getting away before police arrived. Staff removed the rest of the items left in the case due to it no longer being secure.
But it breaks my heart because it is a small business in a place where I spend a lot of money.
And this isn't the first time the small business, which has been open for almost 15 years, has been hit.
Last year it was either 5 or 6 break-ins. Our most significant one last fall That one was a little over $60,000.
Customers who frequent the store say it's a disappointment, and for many, it's more than just a game store.
It's a local business, it's a community, and so then when people are taking from the community, they're really hurting all the people that come here.
Although Michituch is grateful it wasn't as bad as their previous burglaries, with only a few weeks till Christmas, he says he plans to just cut his losses to avoid insurance hikes and work on repairs.
It takes effort to be a jerk and to be a thief and to be angry. It's like, just be nice to people.
Celine Stevens, KGW News.
Tragic news out of Eugene this weekend. A 13-year-old died and 4 other teenagers were hospitalized after a 2-car crash. It happened late Saturday afternoon at the intersection of River Road and Beacon Drive. According to Eugene police, the crash involved a sedan with 5 teens inside and an SUV. The driver of the SUV stayed on scene and cooperated with police. And Multnomah County Sheriff's deputies are continuing their search for a suspect behind an armed robbery in Troutdale over the weekend. It happened just before 10 o'clock Saturday night at the Walgreens on Stark Street. According to the sheriff's office, the suspect is Hispanic, in his 30s, and he left the store with an unknown amount of money.
There was plenty of holiday spirit on display around the area over the weekend, including the 40th annual Scan Fair Christmas Market at the Oregon Convention Center. Scan Fair is put on by a local organization called Nordic Northwest, which aims to bring a bit of Scandinavia to Portland. This event featured more than 100 vendors, live music performances, and activities for the kids. Lots to see and lots to taste.
We do over 150 programs every year, so if you have any interest in Scandinavian heritage, we invite you to come on by, check out our campus. We have a giant troll sculpture as well as a great restaurant, and yeah, it's just kind of grown year after year until our 40th this year.
So the big event was this weekend, but as we just heard there, Nordic Northwest does have a Southwest Portland campus that is open to the public. Rod Hill, I've driven by that campus. I've never actually stopped in and said hello. But I'm getting inspired to do so this morning.
Yeah, I like that they have the campus.
All right, we'll go at 10 o'clock this morning. How about it? You and I.
Great, you know, the horns.
Troll.
They have it all.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. We have the dry weather across Oregon and Washington today, tomorrow, Wednesday, 3-day dry run after that weekend that we had with the rain. Picked up almost 3/4 of an inch of total rain. Most of that fell on Saturday, of course. Anyway, we're all dry today. And again, the next rain in the forecast not until Thursday. We are starting off with the dense fog advisory. So far, the fog is not overly bad, and I haven't really seen it lock down and just sit in one area yet this morning. You've got good visibility coming into Portland along I-5 and down at street level. So far, the fog has been coming and going in Salem, but not overly bad. And then dense fog down in Eugene. Not really seeing fog along the coast this morning. And the temperatures make it a comfortable, pleasant Monday out the door. Cloud cover last night for most of us never broke, and that's why we have so many 40s. 40 in Tiger, 44 in downtown, 41 out in Gresham. There are a few spots that are cooler, but holding above freezing is Forest Grove at 35, and holding above freezing is Dallas at 35. Silverton getting close at 33, but Salem and Kaiser 40 and 38. So overall, we're not worried or with freezing fog this morning, but the visibility could slow you down at times on your commute. All right, areas of fog and low cloudiness may not clear down in the mid-valley, so you folks could be for an overcast day, but it'll be another sunny one at the coast, sunshine developing in Portland, and then sunshine out east with daytime highs in the 30s to about 40. I mentioned 3 dry days in a row, 48 today. Next rain comes in on Thursday. We will be back on a Monday morning in just a moment.